Are you finding products that are profitable and need to be ungated? How do we do this? Well, with this video, we'll go through the process together with one of my products, from start to finish, with a couple of tricks on the way to give you a better chance. My name is Matt, and welcome to Selling with Matt.
Let's do this!
Amazon's process in getting ungated in most categories and subcategories is pretty simple, but there are a few hurdles that most sellers come up against. What you need to do is to find a distributor that sells legitimate products. And when you find this distributor, which I'll give you a couple, you go and buy 10 of one item. Not 10 of other items, but 10 of one item. Make it cheap and something that you can find on Amazon so that Amazon has an easy time legitimizing your invoice to the wholesaler. And you don't want it to be too expensive because you're going to be tying up money for those 10 items that you may not be making a profit. You also don't want to use Alibaba because Alibaba has a lot of counterfeit items on it and Amazon does not legitimize it. So make sure not to use Alibaba when you're trying to get ungated. So the goal here is to get ungated. It's not about making a profit. So you may not be making a profit on these items when you try to get ungated. It's nice to go and have, but it's not something that we're trying to go and do. We're just trying to get these subcategories and categories open to us to go and sell and make bigger profits. Okay, let's go through the process. So this is a supplier that we're going to be using, but I'm not giving you guys this supplier because they're not the most reliable and I've had issues with them. I have the product now, so I can go through it with you guys. Later on in this video, I'll give you some good suppliers that you should use. So the product that I have is the Da Vinci Gourmet Classic Syrup with hazelnut. So we're going to go and do a search on Amazon for that. So we have our Amazon page. So we want to go and put it to gourmet foods because that's the category that we need to go and get ungated in. Do a Da Vinci syrup search. So then we go and try to find the product. So this is the product right here. It's Da Vinci Hazelnut Beverage 750. It looks like a 2-pack, but it's a pretty good price. So we might actually make a profit off of this. So we're gonna go and confirm that this is the exact product. So this is definitely the product. Got a black label, got the nut right there. We're gonna be doing 10 of them. Let's confirm in the Amazon page. So here we are on the listing page. So here it is with the black label, the nuts, the product Da Vinci 2-pack. So now what we want to do is press the sell on Amazon. Now some of the listings, I don't know why, don't have this option. So what you'd want to do is you want to go and get the ASIN, which is right here, the B07 set. You just copy that, and when you go into your Amazon seller account, you just paste that in when we do the application part. So next we'll come to this page. Now the reason why we want to do this, we won't get approval right away because we'll need the invoice, which we haven't ordered yet. But we want to have this in our system so that when it does come up, we don't have to do a search. It will already be in our seller account. So then you press request approval. We get to this page, then you request approval again, and it'll pull up this. Now what's asking if you are the distributor or manufacturer. We're just going to be reselling the product, so then it'll come up to this page. So that's when we're going to have all the information where we have the invoice to go and put in and stuff like that to go and prove that we bought it from a legitimate supplier. So once we do all that, then we come back to our wholesalers, suppliers page, and we're going to order out 10, make the order. And sometimes I like to go and order it by itself, usually best idea. So it makes it really simple for the Amazon affiliates to go and check your information. So when you finally get your product, the important part here is you want to go and make sure that Amazon knows this is a legitimate and you didn't make this up. So I like to have my fingers or my hand in the picture. So there's a little imperfection. You want it to be perfectly clear, the information that's on the invoice, but you want to go and have it so they know that it's not just a printout that you went and go and made alterations to. So the important things to go and have here is you want to make sure that the name is correct and the email is correct. That's where it's going to. Now I have it blanked out, but you want to make sure that the email is the same as what you have on Amazon. The name is the same as what you have on Amazon. And you also want the wholesaler's name and the wholesaler's phone number and email to be there as well, because Amazon likes to go and get in contact with those suppliers as well, especially if it's one that they don't really know well. So what I like to go and do is I like to circle the product, especially if it's with other things, but like I suggest, go and try to only order the 10, nothing else. And I like to go and put the ASIN as well, so that they know exactly what they're looking at, where it is, and everything like that. Try to make it as simple, easy for the affiliate to go and do all their information. So this is the added thing. So I'll actually add the product as well. So I'll take a picture of the full product, the front of the image with my hand in it. So like I said, a little imperfection, trying to not just get the product by itself. It shows it's an actual product, not one that you pulled off from a website. And then I'll go and pull up the back of the thing, so I show the UPC as well and all the information that it follows with it. So they know that they can do a research, they can do a call, everything's all legitimate. There's no counterfeiting going on. Now that we've taken the pictures, now we want to come to our seller application page. So we are going to be a reseller distributor. The chances of you being the manufacturer doing this is pretty low, but this is definitely what we're going to be doing. You can press both if you want. We've already checked all these things when we went and checked the invoices earlier. We went and checked the date. Now the important thing is that you only have 180 days to do this application with that invoice. So make sure to do it. Sometimes people procrastinate and they pass that time. So please make that application once you've got that product. So we've checked our information. It's all accurate and it's all in there. We've checked and made sure that the manufacturer's information is inside of there. We went and made sure it was 10 that we were buying. Now this is the part that is up to you. It's not that important. You can opt out your price, so you could go and blank it out so that Amazon doesn't see the price. It's not really that important. Amazon is not going to steal that manufacturer from you, but it's up to you. You can do it if you want to. Then we'd want to drop in all the files that we had. So the pictures, the invoice, everything inside of there. And then we send it off. Now the important thing here is please don't be discouraged. It takes a little while. Sometimes it can take 3 or 4 applications before you actually go and get the option to go and sell on there. It took me 4 tries to go and be able to go and sell in this category. Just make sure to go and do all the things that I suggest, and you shouldn't have that big of a problem. If you do have a problem, just make small little alterations. So now we've come to the suppliers that I'd recommend. So one of the first ones I'd recommend, which is a lot of people use, is Frontier Co-op. Make sure it's wholesale, not the retail. You will not be able to get Ungated in the retail. Make sure it's the wholesale. They will supply you an invoice. Now a lot of people use these guys. The only problem is that their prices are usually high, so don't expect to make a profit. But like I said before, it's not about the profit. But you can do a lot of consumables in this, grocery items, bath items, essential oils, like Burt's Bees and stuff like that. So there's a lot of different categories you could get Ungated with these guys. So the second supplier that I'd recommend is EE Distribution. They are a toy supplier. Now, toys are amazing, but there's one caveat I'd have to. Amazon has been clamping down a lot on toys section. Especially they're looking for a child safety certificate. So if you have a supplier that you can get this information from, then you will be golden, because there's so many sellers who cannot go and sell in this category because they cannot get that information. As a new seller, I would recommend not to, but I'm still going to give you this supplier if you want to go and use it. So the third and final supplier is soccer.com. Now it used to be East Bay, but they've closed down, so we don't have that option anymore. But soccer.com has been really reliable. They've been supplying invoices. So basically you can go and look at the apparel, so Adidas, Nike, Puma, Under Armour. You may have problem with the shoes part, but all the rest should be no problems for you, because it seems like Under Armour is making it so other sellers can't sell on Amazon their shoes. But it's a fantastic supplier. This should definitely get you into the path to getting Ungated with categories and subcategories. Just remember, it's not about making a profit, it's about getting into the category that other sellers cannot. Just try to cover costs. That's the important part of this. Now, if you want to learn how to get info when a seller jumps on a listing, be it private label or a listing that you're on, and makes an alteration, just click on the screen right now. And if you haven't, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.